Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another video. This is the first one I'm doing outside, so it's great to be out in the fresh air. We're just discovering new walks to do, walks that I can come out and take the boys on. It's quiet and it's fairly level so that I can make some videos. Anyway, this one is from Patrick Lavallee, and he says, I'm on day one. It's after work and I'm craving. They're so bad, and your videos are helping me. You can imagine where this guy is. I've been there. Go out and do a full day's work. I mean, I don't know what he's doing when he gets home, but he comes in the front door, opens up the fridge, takes out a few tins of beer or whatever he's drinking, sits down in his favorite chair, puts his feet up, opens up a can, and there he is. He's relaxing, and that's that transition from the daytime, the work time, into the nighttime. And what we're trying to get him to do is to be able to do something similar, that there is whether or not it's coming home or not, and, coming in and maybe cooking a dinner, or it's doing something which is he's enjoying doing, and that's the transition. It's made up the transition of, for me, it's just, I work at home, right? So when I close my office for the day, I close the office, come down, and it's normally a meal that makes the transition. So go up into the kitchen, cook something, sit down, relax, and then it's either I'm not sure where I'm going now, to be honest with you. I think it's up here. Sorry, this is a new track for me, so kind of on the skirts now of where we're supposed to go. Anyway, it's going into the kitchen, sitting down and relaxing. And in the meantime, where he is now on day one, when you're drinking, it's all about the anticipation more than anything else. That's what the dopamine fires off for. It's you're anticipating what's coming later on that afternoon. So you're looking forward to it, basically. Looking forward to, and it's not you're looking forward to the drink. The drink is part of the process. You're looking forward to relaxation, to switching off. And, that's what because we've introduced drink to it, and that's the habitualized part of this process, then, once we stop that, the anticipation then becomes dread, and it's dread because I don't know what he's doing after work, right? I'm only presuming that he's still going home and he's sat in the same place, and you feel that the alcohol is missing. Take the alcohol out of any situation, and in reality, it's the relaxation. It's the sitting down and putting your feet up. It's not having to think about work. It's all those things that combine to create that relaxing atmosphere for yourself. Now, when you're trying to stop drinking and the anticipation becomes a part of that, the anticipation for the first beer or for the first drink, then you notice something's missing, and that's the craving. And it's just a response. If you think about it, the response is, a certain time of the day comes up and you're in a certain place. They're the two biggest triggers, time of day and the place that you are. Those two things come up in combination, so you can have the time of day, and if there's no available alcohol around, let's say you're in prison or something like that, right? Then you're not going to crave the alcohol as much because it's not within your reach, right? But you put the time of the day, the situation, and the alcohol availability. Now, alcohol is always available because, even though it might not be in your house, which we encourage you to do, I hope he's not going home and staring at the alcohol in the fridge, right? Or he knows that the alcohol is in the fridge, because it's just a recipe for a disaster, right? You're kind of trading off one thing for another. And he gets home, and it is that. So once you take the alcohol out of that equation, then at least it's a little bit easier, right? So what we're talking about here is trying to avoid, if you're driving home, you finish work, you get into your car and you're driving home, and instead of going home, you're avoiding the place. You can't avoid the time. The time is there, right, regardless of what you do, but you're avoiding the place, right? And oftentimes, if you go into the house, even if the beers are not there, the triggers are all firing off because the beers would be in the fridge. The chair is the place that you would be drinking your beer. So you go and sit in your normal chair, and that's the mentality is, it's just these triggers are firing off all the time. So the more you can avoid that, the better. Another thing that you can do is to give yourself a pep talk, and it can be, it's it's aiming at the thing that you want to head towards, our job here is to get rid of the alcohol thoughts as soon as possible, right? To distract your mind in the beginning as quickly as you can, right? To put your mind into a different state so you're not getting those cravings. The more you focus on those cravings, the more they're going to come, the stronger they're going to come. You've got the dial. So like I said, if this guy's going home, Patrick is going home, and he's sitting in the same chair and he's twiddling his thumbs where he would normally be drinking, even if there's no alcohol in the house, what's the likelihood that he's going through those scenarios in his brain of, all I have to do is hop into that car now, drive down the road and drive to the liquor store or the off license, and I can go and get myself some alcohol, right? And, at least I won't have to do it today. And we always make excuses. It'll be, I don't have to do it today, I'll do it tomorrow instead. I'll stop tomorrow, but today, for whatever reason, the cravings are really high today. And tomorrow they're going to be a lot better. So yeah, I'll just put it off for today and I'll do it tomorrow instead. Do you get what I mean? So, and that becomes a thing then. So it's really focusing your mind on your own future and something that you want in the future. For me, I stopped because I wanted to be a better dad. And that was the pep talk I used to give myself was, I'd stopped because I knew that my son was the only one who was ever going to be my son, right? And I was the only father he was ever going to have. So these roles, these reciprocal roles that we have together, they can't be replaced. So that's what I used to say to myself. Look, is this what you want? Is this the road that you want to set for yourself and for Sean? Is this the thing that I'm going to do? I'm already feeling guilty about it. I'm already feeling bad about it. So, if I have a drink now today, how's that going to make me feel? And you play the tape forwards. Think to yourself, where am I going to be tomorrow? Is tomorrow going to be any easier if I have a drink now? And the answer is always no. The answer is always no. Right? When you get to tomorrow and you look back at today, you're never going to regret the drink that you didn't have, right? You'll never regret the drink that you didn't have today. So everything is in your control, right? Whether or not you go home after work and you sit and suffer in silence in the same place where all the triggers are firing off, right? And driving your head mad, or you decide, right, tomorrow, I'm stopping drinking alcohol. Instead of going home, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go for whatever it is. It's something that is not at home. It's something that is different to where you would normally be. And I guarantee then, you go somewhere new, there's no triggers firing off there. It's not associated with alcohol. Especially you go somewhere that is, like the gym or like some place like that is associated with, you get onto the weights and you start pumping weights. The last thing you're going to be thinking about is alcohol, right? You're going to be thinking about the pain of pushing up the weights or the pain of pushing yourself on the treadmill or whatever it is. You distract your mind and do that as much as you possibly can in the first weeks, in the first days and weeks of this journey. And like I said, it's all in your control, right? A week is going to go by, a month is going to go by, and are you going to look back and regret that you didn't try? Or are you going to look back and say to yourself, I'm so proud that I didn't do that, right? I'm so proud that I'm a month into this now, right? It's going to be tough in the beginning. It is, because you've got discomfort. You're pushing yourself outside of your own normality. You're instead of having that anticipation, you're turning that anticipation into apprehension. And you can turn off that apprehension spigot by just going, right, I'm going to do something else. You can turn it down. And if that's all you can do in this journey, then that's the best thing. Look, if you have any questions about this, fair play to you, and I hope you're still on this journey, Patrick. And if you need any help, if you've got any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and either in the comments, or you can send me an email at kevin@habitsunplugged.com. And if you want help, if anyone wants help, we've got a full course over on habitsv2.com. I've got one-on-one coaching. We've got daily videos there that will really help you to get through this early stage, and the later stuff as well. It's important, once you get down the road, that you start to switch your motivation up and you start to switch the things that are going on in your mind, and we can certainly help you with that. All right, take care of yourself. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth. You'll say you'll never regret the drink that you didn't have yesterday. Onwards and upwards, eh? I'm going to carry on with this walk. Bye now.